that's right, we're jumping on the old CT-125. Going to head over to the fishing spot, see if we can come up with anything that's going to hit, and I'm taking something with me. Actually, I'm taking a couple I'm taking 2 rods and reels. Basically, if one doesn't pan out, I got another, but let's see, CT-125 gears all the way down is neutral. Okay, yeah, I got it, I'm all right. It's been a while since I've been on the darn thing. Kick it in with your heel. All right. Guess I need to get my phone out of my back pocket. That's always one of those things you want to remember when you're riding a motorcycle. Don't leave your phone in your back pocket, because there's an extremely high probability when you get to where you're going, there's a 50-50 chance it may not be there. Just one of those things we get used to with our cell phones and such. It's a little bit late in the afternoon. It's 3 o'clock, which means in the next couple hours it's going to be dark. So those fish, if they're hungry at all, they're going to be noticing that sun is going down. Wave to my son. And they're going to want to feed a little bit. So let's see if we can catch us a fish or 5, maybe 12. 14 would be nice. Honestly, 3 would be good. In our world, maybe 1. I've been doing yard work all day. And yard work at this time of the year, you know what that consists of. Leaves. Love some leaves. My next house is going to be in the middle of a field. Might even have wheels on it. I added mirror extensions to my mirrors, and now I can see behind me. It's one of those things I've talked about before on the monkeys, is how your shoulder width is a little bit of an issue for seeing directly behind you. It allows you to see to either side, either lane, but it never really allows you to see behind you. And I can tell you right now from experience, and I mean experience, there ain't nothing worse than sitting at a stoplight and you hear some wheels squalling, and it's somebody who's slamming on the brakes because they don't realize there's a stoplight or something like that. Now, that's a big reindeer. Some of you probably go, well, you know what, maybe I don't want to see it coming. If that's what you're saying or thinking, I can't blame you. But for me, I want to see it. I want to see what's happening behind me. Now, the main rod and reel that I have brought today that I was the most interested in using is something that everybody talks about. Everybody on YouTube is, oh, I want to go get one of these. They're the greatest in the thing and the stuff and the whatever. Now, it is a spin cast reel. And you guys know that I am a spin cast reel guy. I love the darn things. And the technology and the engineering and the design is just one of those things that's cool to me. But when you get into modern technology, I guess you'd say, and trying to build a better mousetrap, Zebco is still out there doing it. Now Zebco's got the low end stuff, and it also has the middle of the road stuff, like the 33 golds and things like that. Then you have a little bit higher middle of the road, not so in the middle of the road, more to the right hand side of the middle of the road is your Delta. And then you get up into your Omegas and Bullets and all that stuff. Well, today I brought the Zebco Bullet with me. I don't know why, I just did. I believe I've got like a 20-pound braid still on it, and I thought for coming out here and throwing a worm, the water's nice and calm, and you never know what we might do. Let's just see if that bullet is something that I still would find myself going back to. There we go, Zebco Bullet. We got it on a Abumatic Vengeance rod. Now I've got this thing. What is this rod? It's a 7-foot medium heavy. So I'm hoping to catch the big guys today. I got 20-pound braid on here with a 12-pound leader, and we're using the old Z-Man, little small, you know what I'm talking about. I use them all the time. Small Z-Man. Something about the fish out here just love these things for some reason. That finesse style thing, but we're doing it. We're gonna see what happens. I got 75 geese that just swam off to the left. Water is clearish. I can't actually see the bottom over here, which is kind of rare. Now we do have to remember that the Bullet has a pretty darn fast gear ratio. And so when you're doing your worming and you're popping along the bottom there, you're gonna have to be very aware of how fast you're turning the crank here. Because I can't remember, what is the gear ratio on this thing? It's 5/8 to 1. I knew it was a 5, I just couldn't remember what else, but oh, there's a fish right there. Oh, I jerked that out of his mouth. Okay, so we know we got fish. And we got fish that are wanting to eat. That, when it comes to making these videos, I gotta tell you people, it's a plus. Be nice to get into a good old 4.5, 5 pounder, which are in here. But you know, I fish the bank all the time. And I think, oh, I just got hit. Oh, he's swimming to me with it. There we go. He was swimming to me. He was swimming at me. Come on. I saw that line go limp. I was like, what the devil? He was coming to me. He was bringing it into the cove so he could finish it off, I guess. There you go, first bass. Again, with that 5/8 to 1 gear ratio, it makes these fish feel bigger. Because I'm not going to do that. Look how big his fish is. He's not big. But he's actually kind of warm. He's not as cold as I expected him to be. Thank you, dude. Yeah, that fish swam right back at me. I don't know if y'all can hear that owl. He's not being answered though. Usually there's something that gives him a hooty-hoo back eventually from over there somewhere. Or maybe right over my head, I don't know, it depends. I do have some footage of a bald eagle. Maybe we'll throw that in. Flying over my head at the campground. Man, I hope the camera got that. I could hear the wind, and I'm pretty sure you can probably hear the wind as he comes past my head. I think he found a fish, but the fish may have ducked and he just came back up quick. Oh, getting hit, getting hit. There he is, there he is. There he is. There he is. You had no business going after that. That ain't nothing but, that's just being mean. All that is mean to me. Now he's cold. You must be staying in the colder waters. Thank you. Get out of here. The Zebco Bullet 20 though, I'm gonna tell you right now, as far as, is that a hit? I can't hit right now, I'm talking about the reel. Very comfortable in hand. And I don't have big hands. I got fat hands, but I don't have long fingers. Yeah, I got short fingers and things, and it fits perfect. Drags right where you want it to be for your thumb. And I use the finger grip that most people probably would use here. I don't know how people fish like this, by the way. I hold the reel. And it's a very comfortable reel, very smooth reel. Here's a story I don't bring up very often, but I'm gonna say it anyway. The first time I ever fished this lake, we came over here and got in the boat one day and just went out, and I just took a light rod, not realizing what this lake was all about. And of course, this is like 1980, probably 85. Anyway, I got out here with a box of crickets, and my gosh, the bluegill, holy mackerel. You've seen some of the bluegill. If you watch some of my older videos, you've seen some of the bluegill that I have caught in this lake. Well, my goodness. You drop a cricket over the side of the boat and they would actually almost tow you in an 8-foot John boat. It was crazy. Fun, but crazy. Might need to move over there. Oh, no, we are getting a hit, I think. I think we might have something. Oh, yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Man, today that corner's producing. See, last time it was that corner over there. Now this one's the man over here now, the corner. Not a big fish, but again, we're catching fish. What is wrong with these fish? Maybe I need to put a really big worm on there that they can't get in their mouth. Of course, they don't call them largemouth bass for nothing, I guess. Even when they're teeny tiny mouth bass. There we go, another little bass. See ya. See, that's a good thing about these worms and stuff. You just take them off and spin it. Go through the side you haven't gone through yet. Then it gives it another tight grip again. And then when you're done with that, you can reverse it. Because technically this is the side you want for them, because it's kind of got these little bumps all over it that kind of, I guess, I don't know, the fish like the way it feels. I don't know. I haven't put one of these in my mouth to figure it out, but you can reverse it and put it in the other way, and then you can use the other side twice or 3 times or whatever, however many times you want to use it. But there's another fish on that edge. Let's see what we can do. Catching bass. This has the Mach gear system. I don't know what the Mach gear system is, but it says it. So if it says it, it legitimately has to have it. Oh, that's a big hit. Hit that again. Man, that was a big bump. But he don't have it anymore. Oh, now he does. He's going back after it again. Oh, he let go. He probably let go right when I set the hook. I don't know what size it was, but it was a real fast boomity bam. And of course, you know, I am dealing with braided line, so that boomity bam can feel like boom, 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 instead of just, you know, what it really is. This Vengeance rod is not bad. If I told you where I got it, you'd laugh. You would, right out loud. What? Oh, I got it at a place I used to fish, Diaskins Reservoir. It was laying in the water just outside the boat ramp, and water had gone down a lot. That's one of the videos where the water had dropped immensely, and this rod and a left-handed bait caster, which was of course Abu Garcia, because it was a combo, I believe, were both laying in the water. I could barely see them through the grass and the funk. So I took my rod and reel that I was using, dropped it down there, and managed to hook. Oh, we're getting hit. They're swimming to me again. There we go. And anyway, I managed to hook the line and get it in, and got this entire rod and another reel that I sent to a friend of mine in Pennsylvania. It's a pretty good fish there. Brian Smith, I sent the reel to him because he's left-handed. I am not. Again, over here on the left-hand side. Not sure what's going on over there. Hey, can you talk to me a minute? You mind? I'll do my Aquaman thing with you. I'm not getting anything. Thanks, dude. The sun will come out next Tuesday, but not in Virginia. It'll be snowing and 31 degrees. I've been casting a little bit since I got over here and haven't really cut the camera on. I got one little tippity tip tap over here. Small tapping. Small, like Sammy Davis Jr. tapping. Kind of small. But nothing else. It's not really anything. I've casted deep. I've casted down the bush line here. Nothing. Random cast. Random cast sometimes produces something. Sometimes. Maybe not this time, but you know, sometimes it does. Oh, whoa. Random. Oh, no. No. Man, that fish had that thing. I thought, that's it. I've got a fish. He had that. Let's see if I can get him again. I really, really wanted him to have that badly. If I were a fish and I just took a bite of something and maybe I'd be interested in again, which way would I have gone, right or left? Of course I would have gone to the right, because that's where the cove is over there, and that's where all the fish are making their circles out. I mean, that's the turnaround point. So we'll go a little further to the right. Abstract thought, using your imagination. Being able to deduce, hypothesize. I know, not what you were expecting from this channel. I know. Probably a bunch of you just cut the TV off or went to another video where people aren't pretending to be as smart as, you know, I was just now. let's just continue with that and we'll cast deep. Okay, maybe I just made the wrong decision and I went right and I should have went left. What just caused that? Oh, look at that. A snag A. What was that? What I think that was something just bit at it and then let go. Can't believe that fish hit out so deep and I missed him like that. However, it's probably not the first fish I've missed on camera. We're going to put that miss on camera because that was an exciting miss. I felt like something had it just now, and I think it did because my worm's a little goofy. This is the kind of thing that happens when the fish have it in their mouth. And again, it's cold out here, so these fish aren't really slamming it. They are more or less kind of just softly going, yeah, I'll eat that. You know, it's kind of like when you're sitting there on the couch watching a movie with your wife or something, or girlfriend, or whatever it may be, and they're eating something, you know, ice cream, Cheetos, entire pepperoni pizza, whatever it may be, and you're not really hungry, but they say, hey man, you want to try a bite? And you go, all right, and you half-heartedly try it, and then the next thing you know, you've got to go buy them another pizza or Cheetos or whatever because you just ate half of the box or 7 slices out of a 10-slice pizza, you know, that kind of thing. Oh. Oh! Well, he ain't big, but I mean, he made it feel like he was big. Okay, so that cast sucked. Some of the best fish I've ever caught have been on casts that suck. Just saying. Happens to the best of us. What were you doing? I'm getting tired of you little guys all thinking that you're all that. Get out of here. So no, I really wasn't real tickled to death with that cast, but it caught a fish and it gave me something to do and gave you something to watch. And isn't that what it's about, really? Oh, see, there it is. That's where I set the hook, right there. So this reel does it too. They all do it. Rotten reels. So be prepared whenever you hook a fish. No pun intended. Whenever you hook a fish, is that actually a pun though? Whenever you catch one and you've set the hook, be prepared because there's a good possibility your next cast is only going to go the distance that you hooked that fish in. What is that? What was that? Is that a fish? Yeah, either that or a fish bit it because it about ripped the worm off of there. All right, let's have a big one here. Let's go. Let's see if I can talk it up a bit. Come on. Come on, big bass. Come on, big bass. I know you're in here. That's a whole lot of worm. And I know that's what you're after right there. That's the thing that you have been looking for all day. You know the sun's going down. You don't want to go lay on the couch and watch TV without having a good meal in your belly. And that's it right there. That's the one you're after. I'm telling you. That's the one you want. Shoo-bop, shoo-wada-bop, ooh, ooh, ooh. The one that you want. Okay, the Zebco Bullet. Very smooth reel. It's a very smooth reel and it's actually pretty fun to use. There's some of this stuff like this rubber button, release button, or whatever you want to call it. How long will that last? I don't know. I'm pretty sure you'll probably still be able to buy parts for it in the next 10 years. So when that boot finally breaks down and that rubber just gives way and says, hey, I can't handle no more, you might be able to get another one for it. I would rather it have been a hard plastic or something. But cast good. It's actually doing really good on this Vengeance rod for it to be a medium heavy 7-foot rod. Yeah, it's a medium heavy 7-foot rod, 3/8, what is it, 3/8 to 1 ounce. Handles 12 to 20 pound line. I got 20 pound braid on it right now on this reel. It's actually not a bad little combo, if you want to know the truth. I don't know how much these reels or rods sell for, because of course we know the story of where I got this one from. It was in the water, so it didn't cost me a dime other than to drive to the area. Everything we've caught so far, I mean, I've hooked fish well. Haven't even began to move the drag yet because I haven't caught anything big enough to do that, which it would be nice to give that part of a test. But so this is the 20 size, and the next size up is just too big. I think it's a 30, and it's too big for me for what I want to do. But this 20, a very good looking reel. I like it much better than the new Delta, the way this looks. It's not sharp edged. It's a very nice reel. Everything is comfortable about this reel. The way it fits in your hand. The sure grip never slip 351 Cleveland grip knobbers, things. It's all comfortable. It's all a good, comfortable feeling reel. I can see myself using this a lot more if I really put my mind to it. If it wasn't for me dealing with so many of these old ones. It's casting that bait pretty darn far though. Once again, out here doing what it does, 20-pound braid, 12-pound leader on a 7-foot Vengeance Abu Garcia rod, medium heavy. And we're catching fish, and it could handle bigger fish. That's the thing to remember. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this little segment. Just having some fun with something I don't really use very often. Zebco Bullet. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Whatever the next one may be.